Next panel discussion will take the theme forward of revenue management, optimizing revenue through application of advanced analytics. For this, I would invite our esteemed panelists, Mr. Padmakar Kulkarni, Additional Commissioner, Commercial Taxes Department, Government of Karnataka.
Good evening, everybody. Let me give you the e-journey of Karnataka state, Karnataka Commercial Tax Department. In very briefly, till 2005, we were having Karnataka Sales Tax Act, where returns were filed manually and tax was levied on single point as in all other states. Our computerization started way back in late 90s, but it was very limited purpose for generating bank statement, etc. 2005, we started massive computerization of commercial tax department, but the returns, VAT returns were filed manually. We were feeding the data into the system. In 2010, we brought e-filing and e-payment simultaneously. So dealers were uploading the returns, and the first advantage we were having was tracking the non-filers. And later we introduced e-waybill, that is the delivery note. And we called it as e-Sugama, and what you are hearing today, or what has been adopted by GSTN in 2018, e-waybill is a refined form of e-Sugama introduced by Karnataka. So we have, regarding this session, this revenue augmentation, all state governments quite often we talk about it, madam. And especially now, as the GST compensation has coming to an end from 36/2022. So basically, the revenue augmentation in the perspective of tax authorities is how the government leverages the technology in mopping up the true revenue potential. It may be plugging the evasion, increasing the tax base, easing the tax compliance burden. Easing the tax compliance burden, as I told you, we introduced e-Sugama way back in 2010-11, because earlier for some evasion-prone commodities or for transactions above certain turnover, we made delivery note as compulsory. The dealers, manufacturers, everybody has to come to office, collect the delivery notebook. It was very cumbersome and time consuming. So we introduced e-delivery note and even mobile delivery note also. Regarding increasing the revenue base, as you all know, under GST, the threshold limit is 20 lakh and 40 lakh. 20 lakh is for services and 40 lakh is for goods. There are quite a few voluntary registration to avail the ITC benefit, but to identify the potential taxpayers, we are using our own analytical tools like e-waybill analytics we are having. And for registered dealer, we are having GST tool. GST Prime, which was developed by Karnataka Commercial Tax Department with NIC, has been adopted by 20 states across the India today, and even CBIC has adopted the GST Prime, where we get 360-degree profiling of a taxpayer. There we get the reports like registration with single PAN, single premises, single mobile number, single email ID. These are all we are using, these reports we are using in tracing the fraudulent dealers. We are doing sectoral analysis of commodities, revenue forecasting, finding the circular trading, top defaulter identification. We have categorized the dealers into top, mid, and other category. Based on that, every month after 20th, we issue our officers issue 3A notices, then the assessment of non-filers and recovery measures. Let me give you one or two examples how we are using e-waybill analytical tool. Recently, it has been integrated with RFID data. FASTag and RFID data has been integrated with e-waybill. Before that, what we were having our e-waybill system, and even this was in our e-Sugama also. If we put a particular vehicle number in the e-waybill portal, officer login, we were getting the data of previous transactions of that vehicle. So in one case, one of my officer who was in the field, who found that the vehicle was coming from Maharashtra to Karnataka. And when we checked in the system, the previous night e-way bill has been generated for that vehicle within Karnataka, from Ballari to Bangalore. So we traced that dealer, and we could identify that that dealer has used fake vehicle numbers to create e-way bill. We could unearth a big scam in that. But now it has been integrated with RFID. It is very easy now, because earlier we were getting the data from toll plazas. We are deputing our officers to various national highway within the state and outside the state to get the data from the toll plazas, whether that vehicle has moved or not, because they generate e-way bills to pass on the ITC benefits to the other dealers. Now with RFID integration, how our officers are tracking is, you all know Karnataka is the biggest producer of areca nut, and which is mainly consumed in North India as a part of tobacco product and pan masala. And that goods is a highly evasion prone commodity. Even under VAT, we reduced the rate to 2%, but still there was a evasion. Now what they do, they put consignor as Tamil Nadu dealer and consignee as some North Indian dealer. Both will be registered, and they will transport the goods. So we are using RFID data, whether that vehicle has moved or not. Sometimes the maximum time, the vehicle is loaded inside the Karnataka, but they generate the e-way bill as transit, out and out. So we track the RFID, we watch that vehicle for days together, weeks together, and our officers catch that vehicle and levy penalty, just as a deterrent. Because now we are switching over to target-based road vigilance. Another major issue in our GST system is we can't integrate. Though Karnataka is a model 1 state, we have our own backend system, but we cannot integrate with all other public or all other government websites. So we have to utilize whatever the data available in public domain. For example, e-Swaraj, a government website which gives supplies made to various panchayats in MNREGA scheme. And most of them were unregistered or non-payers. So we were using, it is in public domain, we are using that data. And we are tracking the non-filers and potential unregistered fellows whose turnover is more than 40 lakh. And recently government of India has started one pilot project. This e-Swaraja was a pilot project, that was MNREGA website. This e-Swaraja, it gives the info, this is also a public domain, in public domain. It gives any supplies made to panchayats. So this data also we are using for our revenue augmentation. We are also using even Instagram and Facebook data also. In one of the Instagram posts, one of a famous photographer in Bangalore who does these photo shots has put his rates that I charge 10 lakh rupees, and he has put his previous events also. So our officers immediately tracked him and found the tax suppression of more than 3 crore. He was not a registered fellow. So even we are getting it from Facebook and other websites also. Resorts, they display their tariff on the website. That will be more than 7,500, but the tax payment will be at 5% rate. They should have paid the tax at 12% rate. So we are using various data sources for augmenting our revenue. Thank you, madam.